I have 30 students to my supervisor. So what is the quality assurance that you're giving me? I'm being told that my head of year is going to, well, I don't even know who my head of year is. Paul is leaving, and he's the one that I felt was really bringing my course together and really making the effort. And I have so many teachers who are leaving. I think to myself, half my term has gone by. I didn't know who my supervisor was until last week. Last week she showed me a spreadsheet that had 30 names on it and said, oh, they're going to be divided. So this week when I asked her about it, she said, oh, everyone's going to have me. So only until this month now, it's coming to November, it's the second month, there's only 2 months to this term, let's divide it. So there's 3 terms, it's £1,000 per term. Half of this term I spent without a supervisor. I want half of my money back. You haven't given me what you said you were going to give me. Provide tuition and supervision in respect of program of study. You didn't give it to me, so I want my money back. At the end of the day, you're treating us like it's a business. You're telling me redundancies, you know, the future forecast, we're a casualty of it. No, you should have given me, here, if you're going to change things, entitled to receive fair and reasonable notice. I have not received any notice. You knew about this from last year. You should have told me, and then I could have made an informed decision and said to myself, next year I'm not going to have a stable environment at this university. Let me move to a university that's going to give me a stable environment. You did not give me fair and reasonable notice. I'm still yet to receive fair and reasonable notice about anything. I didn't even receive confirmation of a supervisor.
Yeah, still.
Confirmation of a supervisor.
Let me try to respond to that. I understand Paul Simpson has spoken to you as a student. I don't know what Paul Simpson's position is regarding his employer, what contract he's had. I wouldn't know that because I'm not a person who would get involved with those employment issues. So I don't know where, on a particular case, where that stands. But what I do know is that staff, teaching staff here, as employees everywhere, have a period of notice which they can resign their post, serve out a period of notice, which allows the employer to endeavour as quickly as possible to replace that person with someone who is equally able to do the job.
So why wasn't Colby replaced?
Just hold on a moment. With regard to Paul Simpson, I understand that if what I've heard from you is the case, then that's an issue of a member of staff who is leaving, and we need to replace that member of staff. You have told me there's someone that's shown you that they have 30 supervisions.
Yes,
I am not aware of any.
You should be aware.
You should be aware of that. Jeremy has 15 students to date, Sarah has 20 students, and Paul has 15. Adriana has 25.
I want to have efficient and productive conversations.
Let me make one more.
As a member of management,
if you cannot answer the questions, if you do not know, bring us somebody who does know. Let's have efficient and productive communication.
I have said that as far as I am aware, because I don't know, things may have happened when I was teaching in another room, or I was seeing another, just let me finish the sentence, is that as far as I'm aware, no member of staff has more than 20 to supervise. So you're saying that information. Now, the next point I would make is that it is not the case that supervisions are allocated on day 1, week 1 of all programs. Sometimes it takes time to see what the subject areas are. Sometimes it takes time to see direct entry and so on. It takes a little time. And I don't think it's unusual. I would have to look at the particular instances of the case. But certainly when I was a course director, it was not unusual for supervisors to be allocated in week 3 or 4.
This didn't happen last year though.
I don't know.
Because you paraded 4 students in front of us the other day who sat there and spoke beautifully about the university and how they had 6 students to a supervisor. They saw their supervisor at least 4 times before they broke up and came back. You brought them on and they spoke, and we can bring them back to speak again.
So how can you say to me the quality is continuous and that we're paying for the same thing that we paid for last year? We're not.
No, I'm not saying.
You are not giving us the service you promised to provide us.
I am not saying the same thing. What I'm saying is that what we are committed to provide is in the course handbook. And I feel that I have to look in the history. I don't know the history. I'm not talking about the history. What I'm talking about is the general practice of third-year students is to take a little time to work out what the subject areas are in order to allocate dissertation supervision. Now, you're saying that's happened too slowly, and I think that may well be...
It's not just, it's not about time, it's about lack of organisation. Because of this new remit that you're trying to remove, you remove the School of Creative Enterprise to join the School of Media. And in doing that, you completely disregarded us. We are nothing now. Where the enrollment process, I will tell you, the enrollment process in the media, like, they didn't even know that PR had joined the School of Media. They sent me up and down for 3 days. I went up and down and I was unable to enroll because the School of Media did not realise that we were joining them. But that's what you have to, I don't think I understand.
I'm so frustrated now.
You're telling me things that I've investigated. I know these things.
Well, what I'm saying is that we would have to look and see whether the allocation of supervisors hasn't. You're telling me that they're too late. We would have to look at that. I don't know what the position is, but it strikes me that it's not unusual in any university, never mind here, for third-year students, particularly when there's some of the direct entry, for supervisors to be allocated a couple, 3 weeks, whatever, into the term. This is a project, a dissertation that lasts over the whole year. I've seen a hand here, though I do want to bring people in, and you've had your hand up for some time.
I'm a year 1 student, and basically, I've had to leave my parents, who are in another country, to come to this school. It has been hell for me, even like trying to get everything together, even for school. Like, do you know what I'm saying? They told me my course originally wasn't being offered, and then they said, okay, there's nothing we can do for you.
Which
and,
course?
I applied for a BA course, like with events, and they said you can't. They said something about how I'm not qualified for it, and I knew I was, and I was like, whatever. And eventually I got into BA marketing and advertising. But they said that I could go to FDA. I was like, I don't want an FDA. They're like, well, we're not even offering it anymore, and blah, 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 blah. So basically, even after all that I felt that the university had put me through, there was a day they said, look, there's no course for you, there's nothing we can do. I was left crying in tears, hysterical, feeling like my future was over before it began, because I had rejected all my other offers. I had 2 unconditional offers and one unconditional offer. So it's not like this is the only university, but I chose to come here, because I felt, from what the research I had done, from what I had seen, I felt that it was a fine institution of higher education, you know what I'm saying? Integrity, that's why I felt. And now to come here, do you know what I'm saying? I was told this was known in May. I didn't find out about any of this until less than an hour ago. I heard that you guys knew about this in May, and you know about the staff cuts, the course cuts, and everything.
The efficiency program that's been going on.
You didn't tell me this, and you still let me come, and they threatened to charge me, because I went out of the country for a couple of years. They threatened to charge me international fees and put my parents through hell, thinking, how are we going to raise this money for our child to go to school, when you already knew that, like, the course is going to be like, my teacher's going to be cut, the standard's not even going to be as high. You have the audacity to even think that you're going to charge me above what I should be paying. And then also, like, I just really don't understand, like, if you cut our teachers, we want some reassurance, if you get rid of our teachers, that we're going to have teachers of the same standard coming back. I don't want some teachers, like monkeys, that's the way I like to describe it, coming to teach me next year. I want the same standard, the high standard. I came here because this is a good university, do you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to come here to receive a lower teaching, do you know what I'm saying? And I just feel it's unfair, because I have friends in first-year students who have had to pay £660 because of the whole student loan mess that's been going on this year. And now some of them are really upset. One of my friends, she's like almost in tears. She's gone home, she don't want to stay here. She's almost in tears because she's like, I've paid this. Her mom's a single mother. Her mom struggled to find the money to pay for her. And now she's like, what's happening? Am I even getting what I received? Like, I mean, do you know what I'm saying? She's really, really worried. And I think that's just so unfair. It's unethical. It's not right. We are intelligent students. We didn't come here because we are some unintelligent. This is a good university. You don't accept just anybody, so you owe us the due respect to tell us what is going on. Why am I only now finding about this less than an hour ago? I'm a freshman student. I could have made an informed. I rejected 3 other offers. If it's not going to be up to the standard that it is now, what am I going to do? Do you know what I'm saying? What do I do? My parents don't live here. I'm here all alone. Do you know what I'm saying? What do I do? I want you to tell me what I do. I'm paying so much money. You know what I'm saying? I'm an independent student without a job, paying all this money, struggling every day by day. I live day by day. And I know my fees, I'm not going to let my fees go to waste. Because I'm telling you this. If you do not do something about this, my money is coming back to me somehow. You shall repay my money. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm struggling day by day. Do you know what I'm saying? There are days I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I've got to come to school. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not doing that for nothing. I did it because if I was going to some rubbish university, I'd say, okay, I missed this lecture this day. I can miss this lecture that day. Because But no, I know I came something good. I know I'm expecting to receive something good, and I don't want to come here next year not like having feel like I wasted all that money. I'm putting myself in so much debt. Do you know what I'm saying? You living day by day. It's just not. A lot of us are in this situation. A lot of us may not say it. I'm humbling myself to say this because